I'd like to thank Coca 2005 for sending me this story that is coming out of Miami, Florida, or Dade County, Miami-Dade, whatever you want to call it. And I know in a previous video I talked about how this is starting to become a trend. And truthfully honest, I think now it's surpassed being a trend. Now it's just, okay, I'm just copying what someone else is doing. Well, in a way that is kind of a trend, because that's basically what a trend is. When someone does something and someone else does it over and over again. But now it's gone to attention seeking. Here you have a picture of this boy, or I don't know how old he is, where he's holding an assault rifle in the air. And if you look at the caption, it says, "Here's a fat fuck you to everyone." Now notice in the picture, they blurred out his face, they blurred out his name, and it says, if you look close enough, it says he posted it 5 hours ago. Clearly not today, but 5 hours from when he posted the video. That's the picture. And by looking at how the caption is set up, it was posted up on Snapchat. Now, when I read through the article, nowhere did it mention how old he was or is, nor did they give a name. So they're giving him protection and cover already. But that's not even the worst part of this whole thing. There was a small, and I do mean small, investigation done on this individual, and they found absolutely, positively no reason to arrest him. This could be seen as a threat to someone, because he said, "Here's a fat fuck you to everyone." That could mean, what is he getting ready to do next? He could be getting ready to go out and do a random mass shooting. He said to everyone, which means he's not targeting a specific person or certain people. He's going after everyone. And he's posing with this assault rifle with a scope on it, which means he could use this thing almost like a sniper rifle. And they found absolutely, positively no problem not arresting him. Arresting him. And I was also reading through more of the article. It was showing how it was other cases where other kids ages 11 and 13 doing the same exact thing. It's like they're getting inspiration from this shooter, Nikolas Cruz. I tell y'all all the time, a lot of white people find inspiration and thrill from death and destruction. And you mean to tell me that these are the so-called superior high IQ people that we are supposed to be leaning and getting all this so-called knowledge from? They are the so-called group of people that we are supposed to be aspiring to be. Now, if you look at his picture and it's blurred out, and someone will probably look at this and say, well, he's not white, he's something else. I remember somebody tried to tell me that Nikolas Cruz isn't white, he's Cuban. As if Cuban is a race. You have white Cubans and you have black Cubans. And Nikolas Cruz is adopted, or was adopted. So Cruz was a name he took on. That wasn't even his last name, his biological last name. And when you look at him, that guy is white. I would like to know what his real last name is, because it's definitely not Cruz. And we've already gone through this over and over again. But when you're trying to explain things to the colonizer, that just literally falls on deaf ears. But they gave him cover the minute they blurred out his face, and the minute that they didn't reveal who he was. They didn't give a name. And when they decided not to arrest him, they say that he is not a threat. Wow. They probably saying, oh, we got to think of his future. Oh, he's just doing this for attention. He's just a kid. I would like to know how old this kid is, because like I said, they didn't reveal how old he is either. All he did was post with a rifle and say, "Here's a fat fuck you to everyone." Yet, if a black person or a black kid poses with a gun, real or not, and that's a nod to Tamir Rice, even though he wasn't posing with a real gun, he was, however, killed for playing with an airsoft pistol, and John Crawford was as well. But if it was a black person that posed like this, oh, they'd have SWAT, the FBI, Interpol, the local police, the goddamn park ranger, all knocking and beating down his door. Shoot, they do that if you pose with a little bit of weed. But see, that's a difference between us and them. We can't do what they do and get away with it. He just flexed his white privilege in the biggest way. And the fact that they see him as not a threat means he's going to do something like this again. And then if something does happen, then it's going to be a repeat of the whole Nicholas Cruz thing. Oh, you knew that this guy was unstable, but you allow him to do what he wanted to do anyway. That's the biggest downfall for the colonizing community, is they allowed their own to get away with so much shit, and it backfires on their ass. This is exactly why I don't feel anything right now for them, right? Because when black people were going through this kind of thing, or asking for gun reform, or to have the police be dealt with accordingly when it was happening to us, they didn't listen to us. Well, guess what? I think it's high time that as a collective, black people get on code and we not pay attention or listen to them, because it is not our problem. That is their issue. Let them deal with it. Just like when it comes to that heroin plague and that opioid plague, that is their problem, not ours. I'll say it now and I say it again. I feel nothing.